Thank you for coming on such short notice, Honorary Knight. Well, to make a long story short, there's a particular matter at hand that the Knights requires your assistance with. Yes, it has been one thing after another recently. Neither myself nor any of the Mondstadt garrison are able. I have recently received multiple reports from the Knights of someone within the Lawrence clan.
The Fatui? Again? But who are the Lawrence clan?
There was a dark period in Mondstadt's history when the aristocracy ruled over the city. The hard-won freedom that followed with the fall of Decorabian was lost once again. The first Dandelion Knight, Vanessa, spearheaded the revolution that overthrew the old aristocratic system and established the aristocrats that had oppressed the people of Mondstadt were none other than the Lawrence clan.
Oh, Paimon gets it! So the clan's descendants are now scheming with the—
We suspect as much, though we have yet to obtain any solid evidence. The reason I summoned you here today is to ask you to help. Unfortunately, the Knights of Favonius and we've already considered every possible way of resolving our differences. But it seems the descendants of the— no matter what stance we take when dealing with them, the outcome is always this. We could come knocking on their door on the grounds of a search warrant. But if the investigation, all of our past efforts would have been wasted. You are in fact the best candidate to represent, but you need not emphasize your role as the honorary knight. You are a traveler from a distant land. Once you come to friendly terms with the Lawrence clan, you should be in a good position to learn.
Whoa! Leave it to Master Jean to come up.
Perhaps such plans have become second nature. The name of the Lawrence clan member in question is Schubert. Lately, he can often be found strolling near the northern city wall. It is said that he is difficult to get along with due to his temperamental disposition, but if we approach— Thanks again for your help. If you run into any snags along the way, I'll do—
Who are you?
Hello! We're here to—
Hello? Did I hear you correctly? Huh. And I suppose you think that you can simply strut up here and greet me in such an— Given that I don't recognize you, I can only assume that you are a traveler of some variety. I'll have you know, if you wish to address me, you'd best consider your words more carefully. Such Now, if you're somehow capable of understanding anything I've said, then you will get down on your knees, apologize for your negligence.
That's etiquette? Paimon's never heard of some—
In former times, when people knew their place and respected traditions, such conduct was only basic, and neglecting your manners would result in a swift whipping. But look at the world now. Rules have been thrown to the wayside and manners forgot. What did you say? You dare question the dignity— I'll have you know that though the Lawrence clan is in decline, myself and others of noble blood are looking for a chance to restore. Just look around. The people are unruly and undisciplined. I, however, strive to retain the elegance and Save your words. I find your manners and bearing repulsive. Besides, I am in no way obligated. Now I have more pressing matters to attend.
So this is what Master Jean meant by difficult to get along with. Let's head back and talk things over with her.
Well, if it isn't the honorary knight! I'm just on my way out to gather some intel, huh? Judging by your expression,
Master Jean tasked us with a special assignment, but things seem to...
no need to get down on yourself. Sometimes things just don't turn out as planned. You just have to keep at it and never give up. Hey, why don't you let me try to...
Master Jean asked us to build a connection with someone named Schubert, but it turns out that he's a peculiar...
Aha, Schubert! I know him. Let me guess. He said you I've been on the receiving end of his lectures many a time.
You mean everyone in the Lawrence clan is just...
As aristocrats, they believe there should be a certain distance between themselves and common folk. However, there is one exception among the Lawrence clan.
Buddy?
That's right. Not only is she from the Lawrence clan, but she's also captain of the Knights of Favonia's 4th company. Eula is special. She's not quite like the other members of her clan. She has her own belief. In other words, she doesn't really adhere to the strict rules and conventions of... However, she's still quite knowledgeable about dealing with the Lawrences. I'm sure...
That's strange. If Eula is a member of the Lawrence clan, then why would Master Jean choose us?
Well, it's a little complicated. Basically, the Lawrence clan has frowned upon the fact that in their eyes, Eula is nothing but a traitor to the family. She's very easy to get along with. Just explain the situation, and I'm sure she'll help you come up with a way. In fact, I think she's out in the wilderness on patrol this morning. You should be able to find her.
Thanks, Amber. All right, you heard.
Good luck, you two. I've got my...
Who would have guessed the Knights have a member of the Lawrence clan? Well, if you want... What are they doing here? Is that why Eula was sent on patrol here? Let's fight first and talk later!
Dodge this! Oh, so sorry.
Oh, you got it. Don't be a killjoy.
A minor setback. Time to...
Inazuma shines eternal!
Went too far.
Cool it!
Must counterattack.
Freeze!
Goodness of death. Let's end this quickly.
Come on out!
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion!
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen in time.
This is bad.
don't think twice before reaching for your sword, do you? And now you get to stake a claim. You think you're stronger because you got to them first?
What?
That's right. I heard the commotion and came as swiftly as I could, only to find you two already fighting the Fatui. Not only that, you are if I didn't make my move, you would have been able to take all. Still, I'm glad you're unscathed. Confronting that number of Fatui at once can be dangerous.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't understand what you mean.
Concern? Why would I be concerned for the safety of my arch
enemies? Wait a minute!
By which I meant, if you were injured, I'd have to escort 2 strangers guilty of stealing my targets all the way back to Mondstadt, which would mean you'd cause me even more trouble. My vengeance would be swifter.
Huh? So that's how you see all this?
Yes, that's me.
Paimon thinks she's pretty strange. Although
You dare to call someone you've just met strange? Forget the aristocracy. That's rude even by... Speaking of which, how...
This is the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius. And speaking of rude, he's so obsessed with etiquette that he's not even...
I understand now, but why do you mean to investigate him? I see. You have some nerve to faming a family member right in front of me.
No! This is an assignment from Master Jean! It's
to the everyday citizens of Mondstadt. Everyone in the Lawrence clan is scum.
Hard to avoid such a reputation when you're known as the ruthless...
Oh, so that's what you think of me? Yep.
But didn't you see...
Curious. We've only just met, and you've already given me 3 causes for vengeance. I assume you need me to teach you the conduct of the Lawrence clan. Only then will you find...
That's right! Amber told us to come...
Well then, let's begin your training immediately. It'll be easier to train when we're back in Mondstadt. We'll require other... We can put that aside for now. Besides, if it's the acting Grandmaster's assignment, and Amber's the...
Paimon's confused. This girl's all vengeance this and revenge that. But she doesn't... Still, Paimon has met bigger weirdos before.
Ah, you finally arrived. There's no time to spare, so we'll...
Wait, hold on. There's something we need to clear up first.
So that's still on your mind, huh? Maybe you're the one... Don't worry, there's a time and place for exacting vengeance.
You need to be in the right...
I already have a long list of vengeance to exact. Even if I wanted to begin now, I'd have to start, and who knows how long it will be before I get to you.
Well, if you have so much to...
Absolutely not. Stealing my targets, calling me a ruthless ruler, and suspecting my uncle. But you needn't worry, at least not whilst we're investigating this matter. I'm sure if Uncle Schubert didn't commit any wrongdoing, then any such but if he did commit a wrongful act, then he should... I'm sure you understand. Good. Now, there are 2 key points that aristocrats attach great importance to. Let's begin with your manner of speech. Aristocrats have a very unique...
Oh, Paimon's already learned some... Mark my words! Vengeance will...
Not even close. And besides...
Hey! Paimon learned it from you! And didn't you say not to call others... It seems you don't respect the rules of your...
No, I've no need to trouble myself with such frivolous formalities. Here, allow me to demonstrate. For example, when greeting a friend, you could say, "As the morning dew greets the coming dawn, so do..."
As the morning dew...
However, such a phrase may only be used during the morning hours. Also, morning dew is not uncommon, so it expresses that friendship should not be measured by value, yet also suggests that friendship between aristocrats is pure like water. Oh, no. You must be prudent with your words. Calling someone a good friend...
But didn't you just say my...
Yes, I did. But you must know in the Lawrence family, dear friend is a set phrase that can only be used towards certain friends with whom one is acquainted. It sounds much more pleasant to call an acquaintance a dear friend. So, another thing to remember. Aristocrats are concerned. However, if you were to use dear friend to address an intimate friend, the recipient would think that you were deliberately trying to This is only the first step in making a greeting. After addressing—
Wait. This is, perhaps it would be better if you gave some real-life—
Ah. Very well. Come with me. We'll choose some
Oh, you're Eula of the Lawrence clan.
You there, lowly laborer. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility.
Huh? I can't make heads or tails.
Hold on. What did they always teach me? Whenever a dispute arises, protection of your family's prestige and dignity always take— Got it. As a lowly commoner, you shall maintain absolute reverence when speaking with those under which you so
Is everyone from the Lawrence clans? The days of the Lawrence clan's tyranny have long passed. I don't care what you're trying to do. Just beat it. Like I said, I don't care what you're doing. I have nothing to say to any member of the Lawrence. And here's a word of advice. I wouldn't be caught dead walking. If that's all, I'll be going. I'm afraid I won't be able to control my—
Hey! Don't leave! Halt!
Wow. The Lawrence name really does carry a
Never mind him. I could have predicted as much. Let's find some— You there, lowly toiler. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility. Huh? Why don't you respond? According to the custom, I must wait until you kneel completely before I can say the— right. I mustn't look at you too long, or I'll be drawing more attention to our difference in status. Fine. You may spare yourself the formality of kneeling, as it may be a little inconvenient. I shall continue.
Hey! Stop bothering me or else I might say something you wouldn't like to hear. And again, I've got no words for anyone from—
Again? What's with this attitude?
Yes, I don't think his attitude will change. If I keep grandstanding like this, the outcome won't be good. I'll remember your unwillingness to comply. Mark my words, vengeance will be— You there, lowly worker.
Yeah, I've already heard it all before. Look, just spare me the time. Our answer's always this— I mean, seriously, can't you just take a—
Please calm down. We don't want to cause any—
I know she's a knight of Favonius, and that the knights wouldn't misplace their trust, but even to this very day, the descendants of the Lawrence clan are still scheming to reclaim Mondstadt and reinstate their aristocratic rule. And if that wasn't enough, here you are purposefully using their awkward way of speaking just to put on—
You have a point, but mark my words, this transgression—
Huh? You want to fight? Listen here, I may be no match for you, but I'll be sure to lodge— I'm sorry, but I want her to understand that listen here. If you don't want things to get more unpleasant—
Forget it. There's no point in court— It's alright. This happens quite often.
Paimon thinks we've seen enough— Actually, Paimon thinks we should apologize for asking you to demonstrate for us. We had no idea the feelings—
What can we do? The Lawrence name is already a dirty word among every household in Mondstadt. Even 3-year-olds know the story. Don't worry. What with me being a knight of Favonius, they're usually willing to speak— Perhaps my aristocratic manner of speech provoked them today. Believe me.
So this is the way things are normally for you? There's no need for the—
That's the way things are. Perhaps it's just fate for those who have made mistakes. Accepting punishment is only fair, right? But when as memories are carried in the city breeze, the faults of such grievances are passed from one generation to the next. At least I have a means of living a relatively normal life compared to the elders of my family. I have nothing to be discontented about.
Yeah! Why were you so willing to try—
Oh, that reminds me. That last person will not escape my vengeance either. Let's leave it at that. But unfortunately, you probably didn't learn much from those conversations. It seems we have no other—
No need! Besides, the Traveler's pretty sharp, and nothing gets in our way on an adventure. Right? Right? We'll just have to roll with it for now. Let's just keep EOLA from getting anyone else riled up.
Well then, I'm glad you learned something. You're already halfway toward mastering a proper manner of speech is more aesthetic than anything else. It stems from— but we must also practice your bearing. I have a very effective way of training for this. Come with me to Dragon—
How about a ghost story to go with the snow?
It's so cold. Does aristocrat
If you wish to truly achieve the dignified conduct of an aristocrat, you must learn to remain composed and elegant. For example, you can see that part of the path up ahead is but a well-trained aristocrat would not only effortlessly proceed forward, but do—
Paimon thinks we've left the realm of aristocrats and entered the— Compared to what we've already seen, this should be a piece of cake. This is where you can—
You look pretty confident. All right, let's get started. Remember, you must be graceful and elegant. Don't get knocked or— That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back to the starting point and try again. It'll be difficult at first, but the key is to remain patient. Remember, you must be elegant. Don't get knocked or— That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. It'll be difficult at— Remember, you must— Not bad. A lot better than I had and—
Paimon almost did, so—
Don't flatter yourselves. This scenario was relatively simple. In the face of a real— There's a ley line monolith just up ahead that will attract nearby True elegance is the ability to calmly yet swiftly make decisions in the heat of battle. My family set only the highest expectations for me. Let's proceed, shall— This is the ley line monolith. Go ahead, activate it. But be careful not to get launched into the air or frozen while fighting. That would be most unsightly. Shine down! Now you shall perish!
Cool it!
Rain cutter! Torn to oblivion! Well done. Your performance was most— And you managed to remain calm even in these grueling dragonspine surroundings. Given such an outstanding performance, it—
Like Paimon said, adventuring is our special— So, that's it for our training, right? Then let's—
Hold on. I was commending the Traveler's performance just now.
What? You mean Paimon?
Yes, of course. You were frantically flying and dashing about throughout the entire— Did you even listen to anything I was trying to teach you?
Yeah, that's it. It's too cold.
Whatever the reason, not heeding my instructions. A cause for vengeance, perhaps. Now,
Huh? What is it?
Certainly not. Didn't you just say that you were freezing? Drink it and it'll help—
Oh, thank you.
If I wasn't, then why would I care about you being cold? If you turned into a Paimon popsicle, that would ruin my plans for vengeance. So, dear friend, don't—
Ah! Paimon knew something was off.
All in the name of vengeance. Now then, given that your training is complete, it's time we return to Mondstadt. I already have something in mind. Let's pay Sarah a visit at—
Oh, hey, Eula. I see you've met the honorary knight.
We meet again, Amber. Seems we're just—
Well, I just got back and was thinking about grabbing a bite at Good Hunter. But now—
Very well. It's been some time since we've last shared— Come, take a seat. We can discuss my uncle—
Yes? Is there something else you'd like to order?
Could you please prepare a serving of my uncle's favorite, gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut? We'll take—
Coming right up. It'll take some time to prepare. I'll have it here at the counter once it's ready.
Hold on a moment. Is this satisfying?
No, she didn't order it. But because she didn't order any vegetables, I thought I'd throw in a salad on the—
So, we clearly didn't order this. Yet
you're gonna take revenge on her?
You should know me by now. That's the kind of villainous character— Well then, please wait a moment while I get the dish for your uncle.
delicious unauthorized delicacies. Sarah will pay for this.
Why would you choose gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut as a gift for your uncle?
This dish isn't actually on Good Hunter's menu. Only long-standing patrons such as my uncle would know about this.
Because of the sour flavor of the sauerkraut, not too many people are fond of it these— Eula treated me to the dish once, and I couldn't even finish a bite. I've nicknamed it
I never expected us to have such completely different tastes in food. If I weren't in such a good mood, I'd say that— Of course not. It's hard to find someone in Mondstadt that attracts—
It's fine when you're just joking between us. Eula's always talking about vengeance, but that's just how she is.
But I am serious. And I'll remember every transgression committed against—
Paimon's starting to realize that Eula is actually There's no need to be so awkward when you want to say something.
Listen, you've never been labeled as a social
What?
So that's why you wouldn't understand how hard it is for a bad person to try to be good. It's all right, no need to look so sullen. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm stuffed. I'll see Sarah.
No need. I've left the Mora under the plate. If you try to settle it with her in person, she won't— Don't underestimate my ability to exact revenge. All right, next you should pay my uncle a visit. He has a small camp at the top of the mountain near Springvale. He usually
Aren't you coming with us, you?
I'm afraid that wouldn't be very convenient for me. It'd be better— yes. Please do remember to pick up the dish.
I still have more recon to do in the wilderness. Well,
Let's meet again. What an interest—
Here, the gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut is ready to go. And by the way, don't worry too much when Eula says—
Paimon's been meaning to ask. No one could stand the sight of you, but she seemed to get along fine with you and Amber just now.
The people of Mondstadt don't take kindly to anyone bearing. They are unable to see past her family. Therefore, they don't— So no matter what Eula tries to do, it's seen as a wrongdoing. It essentially strips the meaning of anything.
How come you're able to see Eula differently?
Well, when she joined the Knights of Favonius, it caused quite an uproar. Many people signed a petition demanding that the Knights reverse their At the same time, numerous members of the Lawrence clan crowded the entrance of the Knights of Favonius headquarters.
Whoa! So both sides were on—
That's right. So you can imagine how determined Eula must have been. But thanks to Grandmaster Varka and the unwavering attitudes of others in the Knights of Favonius, in the eyes of the people, she's a stain on the Knights of Favonius. but she simply fulfills her duty as a knight. People like Eula should be approached with care and understanding. She could stand to be treated a little. I believe a day will come when things will get.
Once everything's settled, we should go talk to Eula again. Paimon!
I'm glad. I think that would make her very happy. Take care. Please come again.
What's the hurry?
The tent seems to be pretty tattered. Could this be another aristocratic...
Ah, it's you again. I thought I had rid myself of you two. Magnanimous. Very well. I'm certainly not one to be narrow-minded.
Wow, this guy thinks so highly of himself.
Ah, a kindred spirit, I see. Yes, we must resist the blundering knights of... Impressive. My intentions were to test your humility. It appears you have...
Oh, so he was testing us.
Your conduct is satisfactory. I must say, if I may ask, from whence did you learn such a civilized manner of speech? Ah, good. Very good. You are bright. And compared with the common folk of Mondstadt, you certainly...
By the way, we brought a gift. Ahem. Paimon means we would like to present you with...
Could this be? It's evident that your sentiment is genuine. As a young person nowadays, only with... It's been so long since I dug into a big, tasty... I beg your pardon. Ah, yes. This aroma. Just as I remember it.
Now even Paimon's starting to wonder...
I acknowledge your genuine goodwill. Such sincerity must certainly imply that you come bearing a request. Wait, so you've come to know of this, too? It was meant to be a family secret. Well, considering your meticulous etiquette, you must be Please, come with me. We happen to be in need of competent... to see some... friends from a distant land.
So he trusts us solely based on your etiquette.
Well then, let's get going, shall we?
Do you think his friends are the Fatui? Things will get sticky if the Fatui happen to recognize you. What should we do?
Huh? Why have you put on a mask all of a sudden? Even if they are powerful, our status is... and therefore we shouldn't allow them to admire our true faces so...
Good thinking. Paimon thought for sure they'd recognize us.
Let's proceed, shall we? I'll introduce you at... As you'll see in a moment, there are many already helping us. I heard that this area had already been purged once by the Knights of Favonius, but it's the only place around Mondstadt that is well concealed and spacious enough. Although it has fallen into disrepair and does not suit the tastes of the nobility, we simply have to make do for now.
Sorry, can we walk any faster?
Of course not. An aristocrat always moves with grace in his steps. Moving hurriedly is
As expected, it's the Fatui!
As expected?
Because we always see them around the city. They must be very powerful.
Huh. Nothing more than foreign ruffians with power and the ability to flaunt it. But they are favorable business
Hold it right there! Who's this?
If you really must know, they're my guests. If you happen to offend them in even the slightest, then you will be held.
But this matter is of utmost secrecy. We must exercise
You dare question the ways of a nobleman? I don't have time for this.
No need to sound all high and mighty like... Fine. You may...
Come here with us. They don't dare to question you.
Of course. That is the benefit of prestige. In past times, it would be a dire offense to speak to a nobleman in such a manner. We could determine a person's fate with the blink of an eye. Huh. And such glory will return to me again before long.
Where have I seen this person before? And who, may I ask, is this? We mustn't
This is our new ally that I've recently met. They are completely...
Our plans are strictly confidential. It's not wise to bring in an outsider. Furthermore, there's been word that an outlander who joined the Knights of Favonius has been very active.
Don't be ridiculous. Besides, my guest is well versed in the Knights of Favonius pay no regard.
And what about this thing?
Enough! You dare question my word? Need I remind you who it is? Without the support of the Lawrence clan, you would have all been... You must immediately offer your sincerest apologies to my...
Fine. I'll take your word and make no further... Now, to the matter at hand. Did you bring the diagram?
Oh, so that's what...
Yes, of course.
Let me see. Why is it so poorly drawn?
Excuse me? I'll have you know that I went... That shape is the symbol of the...
I see. Crude, but...
Of course, you needn't worry about that. Don't forget what we agreed upon. The flag of the Lawrence clan will fly above the rights to that building, as well as the whole of...
Yes, we will both profit from this agreement. There's no use haggling. We will make good use of the intel you provided. Also, be certain not to divulge our identity.
Don't worry, this matter is only between you and I. Once this is over, I shall stand atop the Favonius headquarters and rebuke their pathetic rule over Mondstadt. Perfect.
May I remind you once again that we mustn't act rashly.
Very well.
Huh? What are you doing?
That's right! It's the Honorary Knight and their trusty companion, Paimon! We're here to crush your evil...
So this was all just a ploy to deceive me!
It's your own fault! Who would put so much trust in someone
After so much planning, this is how it ends? Huh! We'll see about that!
Just as I expected. I knew I should have never trusted. No matter. We already have the intel we need.
They're running off in different directions. Paimon remembers that this place is a dead end. Let's take care of the Fatui first and then deal with Schubert later.
Got it.
Body and know my soul! Witness the power of Gugwa! Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal!
Just like I went too far.
Gotta dash!
Don't get frostbite. Dodge this.
This is bad.
There is no escape!
The door is open! Let's go! Is that you?
Don't touch me! Get out of my way!
It seems we finally caught up with you. Oh, it's you. It seems your investigation went well.
Aha! I see now. So you're the one that... Furthermore, there is a rule in our family.
Ah, yes. Rings a bell. So what? I had no
You have brought shame to our family.
I know that you poured great efforts into these plans, Uncle. But you were well aware that it was not the right thing to do.
Knight of Favonius? Let's get one thing straight. I am your uncle. You still have a chance. Defeat every nut, then I shall plead with the family to spare you.
So just to be clear, you want a Knight of Favonius?
I shall say this one last time. You are... The blood of the Lawrence clan flows in your veins.
Since when have I ever complied with the...
Why, you...
If anyone should be angry, it should be me. As a member of the Lawrence clan, you knowingly plotted against... Had you ever stopped to consider the trouble it would bring to so many people? Had you considered how many enemies you would make, trying to keep the plans under...
You dare lecture me!
That's right. In the name of the family that you so dearly revere, Uncle Schubert, I've never experienced the age of glory you always speak of. And I've never understood our family's incessant... But I am capable of discerning right from wrong. And I deeply understand what freedom the Lawrence clan should never and will never become what you've dreamed it to be.
Oh, the disgrace of it all! How could such a rebellious monster emerge?
Things are starting to get pretty hysterical here.
That's enough fuss for today. You two, take him away. The honorary knight... Given that you've already taken action, I assume you've come across some conclusion.
Hyman took a peek at their diagram. Your uncle had mapped out all of the...
And there was me thinking that he was just another elder of the family. And a lazy one at that. Let's discuss this later. Our first priority is recovering that diagram. More speed. I'll be back with a vengeance.
Freeze!
They're here! Stop them!
Shine down! Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered! Rain outlines your fate!
Quiet.
What's the... Oh, so sorry.
Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape!
We've only just begun. You need to hurry up. Roasted
Freeze!
No, my sword!
Cool, fortunate fault! Freeze! Don't get frostbite.
Torn to oblivion! Ring cutter!
Dodge this!
Shine down!
Finally, some quiet.
What's the hurry? Freeze!
Rain outlines your fate.
There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal!
I will end
Cool it! Oh, so sorry.
This is bad.
Freeze!
Shine down! Now you shall perish!
This isn't good.
Dodge this!
Witness the power of Guhua. Know my soul.
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion!
My duty at an end.
What's the hurry?
Freeze!
That's where they put the diagram!
Does here, huh? I guess there's no other option but to fight!
Rain outlines your fate.
You dare provoke me! Fatui, come forth and dispose of them!
Illusion shattered!
Can't run from it.
Cool it!
Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape!
Gotta dash!
Dodge this!
Let me weave you a verse.
Illusion shattered!
Bye! Make my escape.
That seemed to work.
There is no escape! Now you shall perish! This must be it. They may very well have already made it, but without my uncle as their puppet. There'd be no use in them attacking.
The Fatui wouldn't have relied only on your uncle.
True. But if their plan had hinged purely on taking Mondstadt by force, as opposed to with the help of a puppet, the Fatui are dishonest, but they wouldn't go as far as to start an open war. Their opposition wouldn't. Anyway, I'll inform the acting Grandmaster. She'll know how to handle things from here.
Oh yeah! You suddenly appeared at just the...
Yeah, about that. Because you stole my targets by attacking the Fatui I'd been tracking, I came to exact my vengeance. You tried to do my job for me, and I'm here.
Finally! After all this, in reality, you sensed that something might happen. You were worried about us and your uncle, so you brought it...
My purpose was vengeance. Don't twist the You don't look too bright, but it turns out you have a knack for scheming, and mark my words, I'll...
Hey! What do you mean Paimon doesn't
You have seeded a deep enmity between us. Even if you were to be completely destroyed, I would never forget you.
Bring it on!
I like your fighting spirit. I'll take this diagram back to—
Sure. Well,
That you will. And make sure not to steal—